Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a new Turkish story for beginners, those who are trying to understand how the Turkish language is structured, the sentences, how they are structured, the meaning of the words, and understand Turkish more. If you're new to this story, you haven't watched any other story in my channel, then this is how it's going to be. I'm going to read the story, each line alone, explain its English meaning, and then explain each word alone. Then you will have the English story written and then some words to check if you learned some new words in this story. So let's start. The title of the story is Kötü Koku ve Küçük Detektif, which means bad smell and the little detective. So bad smell, it will pass in the story a lot. Küçük means small, detective is same as in English, detective. This is our story, so let's start. Küçük Deniz bahçede oyun oynuyordu. Little Deniz was playing in the garden. Little Deniz, küçük Deniz, Little Deniz, bahçede in the garden because bahçe means garden, the here means in. Oyun alone means toy, oynuyordu was playing. So your is used for the şimdiki zaman, which is the present continuous tense, and the do is for the past. Of course, this you changes depending on the last vowel. So oyun oynuyordu was playing a game, let's say, but we don't say that while translating. We have to change a little bit. It means little Denise was playing in the garden. That's it. Oyun oynuyordu, it comes together, was playing. Birdenbire burnuna kötü bir koku geldi. Suddenly a bad smell reached her nose. So we don't say reach her nose. Maybe she, okay, this is the literal translation, but while explaining, wait, let's say suddenly she smelled something, bad smell. But here we have to translate the burun means nose, burnuna means to the nose. So let's translate it as it is. Birdenbire burnuna kötü bir koku geldi. Suddenly a bad smell came to her nose. Bu ne kokusu diye düşündü. What is that smell? She thought. So bu means that or this depending on the place we're standing. Ne is what, kokusu the smell diye düşündü. She thought. That's how we translate these two together. But when you learn Turkish a lot or when you hear Turkish a lot, you know when to use diye. So what is that smell? She thought. Kokuyu takip ederek ilerledi ve eski bir sandığın önünde durdu. Meaning, she followed the smell and stopped in front of an old chest. Kokuyu da smell takip ederek by following ilerledi. İlerledi like ilerlemek means to move to the front. Ve eski and old bir sandığın a box or a chest, whatever you want to translate this one, önünde in front durdu stood. So when we want to translate the whole sentence, it will be she followed the smell and stopped in front of an old box. Sandık kapalıydı ama aralıktan kötü koku geliyordu. The chest or the box was closed, but the bad smell was coming from a gap. So sandık, box, kapalıydı, was closed. Why as a protection letter? Because the d originally is the, which starts with a vowel, and here the word ends with a vowel, so we use y as a protection letter. The box was closed, but a bad smell came aralıktan within a gap, from a gap. So tan means from. The translation. The chest was closed, but the bad smell was coming from a gap. Meraklı Deniz sandığı açmak istedi ama kapağı açamadı. Meaning, curious Deniz wanted to open the chest, but she couldn't open the lid. Curious Deniz wanted, from istemek to want, istedi in the past, wanted to open, as it is, the box. But she couldn't open the lid. Now aç means open. Açamadı, the we know the past. The ma is the negative, and the a here means can, but with the, of course, with the negative it becomes couldn't. So, but she couldn't. This is it. Couldn't ama. She couldn't open the lid. So the meaning of the sentence: Curious Denise wanted to open the chest, but she couldn't open the lid. Annesini çağırdı. She called her mother. So anne means mother, annesi, her mother, annesini. This I we use it because of the verb. Anne also here is a protection letter. It's different from the y. Why? Because anne, this is it. The c we added it to the word. That's why when we add something and it ends with a vowel and then we have another vowel, we use n as a protection letter and not y. She called her mom. Annesi sandığı açıp kokuyu kontrol etti. Her mother opened the chest or the box. Let's say the box from now on. Her mother opened the box and checked the smell. So her mother opened the box and checked, checked the smell. Now if you notice I said opened and there's no they over here. Why? Because this up plays this role. Instead of saying repeating the same ending of the second verb, we have here two actions. So instead of repeating the second ending for the first verb, we say a chip. It means it has the same ending and also next to it the word and ve. So if we don't have it, it will be this way. Annesi sandığı açtı ve kokuyu kontrol etti. Instead of saying açtı, which is the same ending, and putting ve, we just put up and we know that this means what I just explained. Aman tanrım, bu sandıkta çürük elmalar var diye bağırdı. Aman tanrım, oh my god. This is how we translate it. Bu sandıkta, in this box, there are çürük, which is rotten, apples. So we explain this in this box. Çürük means rotten, elma means apple, elmalar, apples, var, it depends, there is or there are. Since we're saying apples, so we translate it as there are rotten apples. Diye bağırdı, she screamed. Now maybe let's say she didn't scream a lot, but she raised her voice, in other words. Deniz, çürük elmaları atmanın en iyi yolu ne olduğunu düşündü. Deniz thought about the best way to throw away the rotten apples. So Deniz thought about ne olduğunu, about en iyi, the best. İyi means good. When you put n, it means the best. The best way to throw the rotten apples. Annesi çöp kutusuna atmayı önerdi ama Deniz daha iyi bir fikir buldu. Her mother suggested throwing them in the trash can, but Deniz had a better idea. So her mother suggested, önermek to suggest, önerdi, suggested. Her mother suggested to throw them where? In the trash can. Deniz daha iyi bir fikir buldu. Deniz found daha iyi bir fikir means a better idea. Fikir alone means idea. Bir means a. İyi means good. Daha iyi together means better. So, but Deniz found a better idea. Elmaları bahçedeki kompost kutusuna attı. She threw the apples into the compost bin in the garden. So, atmak, same as here. Atmanın, atmayı, it all means throw. Attı, she threw in the past. She threw the apples in what? Two. Let's say two, because a means here two. She threw the apples to the compost can or bin that was in the garden. Bahçe means garden. Bahçede, in the garden. Bahçedeki means that was in the garden. So she threw the apples into the compost bin in the garden. So this is how we fix the translation. We don't say she threw them to the compost bin. No, we say into to fix the translation. Birkaç gün sonra kompost kutusu güzel kokmaya başladı. Couple of days later, the compost bin started to smell good. Birkaç gün sonra, after couple of days. Compost kutusu, which is the compost bin, güzel means beautiful, but here for the smell we don't say beautiful, say good. Başladı, started, başlamak, to start, başladı, started, to smell, good. So after couple of days, the compost bin started to smell good. And these are some words. Let's see if you still remember what they mean. You can write your answers in the description box in the comments below and I will check them out. Kötü, what does it mean? Oyun, takip etmek, sandık, meraklı, çürük, kompost kutusu. And that was the story. Don't forget to share it with other Turkish learners like you.